My goodness, time to wrap up February the 25th, 2015. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, we came into the E-mini today as a buyer. We had an up bias. Why? Because the contract is making new highs, and the structure supported such. We were hoping to buy the 5 to 7 area down here, but we said if 850, if the breakout to 950 was retested and held, it was a good trade to the long side, and it took forever. I mean, we had 4 points from here to there until we broke it out. That's a 4-point, actually 4 points in one tick, 2 ticks with a high right there of range. That's just not a lot to work with. So the trades were really, really difficult. Head and shoulders trade right here. The best you could have done was scratch that. Retest failure trade right here. I mean, if you'd bought that high, scratch, perhaps make one. Retest failure here. Plus. Small winner here. Plus. On the S trade right here, if you'd taken that one, you had lots and lots of bars to break even. On this buy, if you took the buy right here, a loser. No trade on that S. If you took the buy here, a small winner. Retest failure right here, probably a scratch. And so on and so forth. The big trades came over here when the market actually got some legs and started to move. There was a nice retest failure there, but I had you short in the 16 area. Our recommended sell zone was 14 to 16. This trade would have served you well. That trade would have served you well. Could have made some money off this one. So we finally have some range to work with. But when you get into these areas like this, and we've had a lot of days, probably 5 or 6 days trading over the last 2 weeks, where we're dealing with 6, 7 handles or less in this case. And it's really, really difficult to make money in that situation unless you have a limit buy against the value area low and a limit sell against the value area high. And this is a go with market. We don't like to trade it that way. So finally the software worked because we had some volatility and some range to work with and gave you more than a scratch. The signals were valid before then. All the trades set up nicely. We hope to bat 2 out of 3. Usually do. But when you don't have any range, there's not a lot that you can do. Okay, the E-mini. F1 screen. Higher low, higher high. This favors the buy side. Looking at the F2 screen. Put London back in there. Definitely a B pattern. So we got F1 saying higher, this one saying lower. That's trading range. Is there any news that can break us out? Well, we do have news tomorrow. CPI minus 0.6. Core plus 0.1. Durable orders plus 2. Ex-transportation plus 0.7. Jobless claims, 290. Jobless claims is going to get lost in the durable orders number. FA, housing index. Natural gas inventories. Probably going to see well over 100 BCF. I'll have those in the morning. And then Kansas City Fed at 3. So the job focus is going to be durable orders, ex-transportation. Inflation, if this is really, really low right here, the market will read it as the Fed isn't in any hurry to raise interest rate. That could be a factor. Jobless claims at 290 could be a factor. and that's it. So number 1, durable orders ex transportation. Number 2, CPI, the raw number, and then number 3, jobless claims, and they all hit at 8:30 Eastern. So here we are looking at the market. Again, we've been trying to buy the 5 to 7 area. We know that we've rejected prices below 5, so let's put 5 to 7 out there as buy one once again. Because of the multi-day strength, we can do that. And then 2100, 2102. Based on the structure, losing momentum up here, I'm not afraid to get short. If we close it here at 10, last rotate up stopped at 14, so we're just going to put 14 to 16 where we've had it this morning, and the day before yesterday is sell 1. Failure to get through 15 is how we'll play it. Okay, looking at the note, strong buying, lots of reasons. Probably the biggest one is I don't think these guys believe that the economy is as strong as the Fed and others let it out to be. Not if you look at the macro data. So higher low, higher high, we're buyers off this screen. And the correct way to do a split right here, we put these back together. Right click on that. And we got to move out of the middle. Maybe right there, something like that. And looking at the F2 screen, TPO-wise, it's pretty square. Volume-wise, it's a little heavy in the distribution. So we do have volume that's higher than where it was yesterday, no doubt about that. If we're to put all this together, that's what it would look like. If I do a J split, we got a new distribution higher. So this 16 to 20 area, which is where we thought we had support today too, looks pretty strong. Selling failure to take out 28 to the buck. And then 3 to 7. Tomorrow we got a 7-year auction. And we've had auctions at 17 and at 21. So I think tomorrow's auction will be at 21 or better. My guess is it'll be higher. Okay, we're at 26 right now. The last rotate down was 22. This rally started up from 20, so we'll make 21 to 17 buy one. On the idea that they won't be able to take it straight up because of tomorrow's auction, and buy 2, 9 to 13. Now, if the E-mini really gets whacked hard this afternoon, it's going to take 25s to get in. But if the E-mini does not spill, the bottom doesn't fall out of it, we got a pretty good chance, just because they can't take a market straight up and move the paper that they need to move. Okay, looking at gold, we've got a seller where he has been in that 10-12 area. Last rotate up here stopped at 6, then at 9, so 9 to 11, sell 1. 15 to 17, sell 2. On the buy side, we've got this block of volume down here. So the issue is, can we get in at the buck? So we'll make buy 1, 1200 plus or minus, and buy 2, 95 plus or minus. It is a B pattern. It should offer us a shot at lower prices, barring the news overnight. Bad news coming out of the Ukraine. I guess the best thing happening in the Ukraine is that they can see the end to winter right now. Oh, I forgot the ZB. I'm sorry. Go back and do that. Got so excited about gold, I couldn't pass it up. I have a feeling that in the Ukraine this year, truck gardens, growing food in your backyard, or expropriating somebody's empty lot is going to be pretty popular this year for food. Strong market. The knob spread went out at 1806, and that's a bastardized way of doing it, and it's not the knob over the bond. I do the bond over the knob. I don't like looking at negative numbers, so that's why I do it that way, but it's actually, the way I do it is actually backwards. So we got a low volume number at 4709, obviously resistance at 47, so selling 47. Failure to get through and hold 47 is what the trade's going to be. And then the low volume numbers 9, 8 to 12 will be the second sell. On the buy side, we have the last rotate down was 22. We've got the breakout from 25. I want to put 17s to 21s here, but we'll put a question mark by 25. And then 9 to 13. Just because it's really, really difficult to move this paper in a straight-up market. I was fortunate enough back in the 80s to be able to place bids for treasuries to a couple of institutions here in Kansas and Kansas City, and it's an interesting the day of the auction and watching the when issued, and they know where they want to buy it, and they've made up their mind. They know that they have to buy it, etc. But of course, like all good traders, they're trying to buy on the cheap, and it took a lot of phone calls and a lot of switching back and forth before they finally filled their order. Crude oil. Strong market today. The things are deteriorating in the Ukraine and Russia. So 51, 51 and a quarter. And then we got all this volume up here at 51.88, so we'll make it 75 to 52. On the buy side, we broke it out from 50.38, so we'll make 50, 50 and a quarter by 1. And 49.50, 75 by 2. And again, just a huge build in crude, but products drew, and they can export products, and we see articles of exporting gas to Central South America and diesel fuel, and sometimes to China. And last but not least, the euro. The euro is going to show us the same things that it always shows us. To sell at 114, it's a buy at 113. And if we get that opportunity, it's a great trade. Find it there. There it is. So we have a P. That's trying to trade forward. You can see how this volume over here at 72 took us in. So we got a high of 70 to 80 is sell 1. I think we can do better because it's a P, and then 1400 plus or minus for sell 2. That trade I really like. On the buy side, it's trying to trade up. So to get in, we're going to have to pay up early in the session. So 40 to 50 is buy 1. I do not like that trade. and then 10 to 20 for buy 2. I'd rather wait, be a little patient, find a spot to sell. Folks, that's it for February the 25th, 2015. Apologize for the inconveniences this morning. We'll get after it bright and early in the morning, 6:45 a.m. Central. You all have a great evening. I'm out of here.